You've been taught that controlling your emotions is a sign of strength, that biting your tongue when you're furious, smiling when you're on the verge of tears, or pretending everything's fine while something inside you is screaming means you're mature, emotionally intelligent, above it. Maybe you've even been praised for it, told you're so calm, so stable, so resilient. But what if I told you that this control you're so proud of is actually destroying you from the inside? What if I told you that the very emotions you bury, the ones you're convinced you've conquered, are quietly growing stronger, more twisted, more dangerous? Carl Jung, one of the most influential minds in the history of psychology, spent decades observing this pattern in his patients and in himself. And what he discovered is terrifying in its simplicity. What you repress doesn't disappear. It descends into the unconscious, into what Jung called the shadow. And in the shadow, it grows teeth. That rage you were too good to feel. It doesn't vanish. It waits. It festers. Until one day, it explodes at the wrong person, at the wrong time, and you stand there stunned, saying the words we've all said. I don't know what came over me. That jealousy you buried because it made you feel small and petty, it doesn't die. It turns into resentment, into sabotage, into chronic dissatisfaction that poisons your relationships. That grief you swallowed because crying is weakness? It settles in your body like lead. It turns into fatigue, numbness, depression. You walk through life functional, but dead inside. You see, most people think repression is the same as self-control. But Jung shattered that illusion. He revealed the brutal paradox. The more you try to destroy a part of yourself, the more power it gains over you. The more you push an emotion out of your conscious mind, the more deeply it takes root in your unconscious. And from there, it begins to run your life. And the worst part, you don't even know it's happening. You think you're choosing your actions, your career, your partner, your habits. But in reality, you're being driven by unintegrated, unconscious parts of your psyche that you've spent your whole life trying to deny. Jung called these hidden forces complexes. And once they gain enough energy, they hijack your behavior. You lash out, you implode, you withdraw, you destroy the very things you love, and you don't know why.